So independents and former Democrats finding a place in the Trump administration and the GOP after being left behind by the Democratic Party. Our next guest is the mayor of my hometown of Dallas, Texas, and a former Democrat, and says his move to the GOP should have been a bigger wake-up call. Mayor Eric Johnson joins us now. So, Mr. Mayor, thanks for getting up this morning. You kind of warned people about this tie, but they didn't listen. Why?
Well, I'll tell you what, Lawrence, good morning, first of all, to all of you. Yeah, I mean, it turns out I was kind of a canary in the coal mine, right? We talked about this a while back when I first switched parties just over a year ago. We talked about the fact that I didn't think I was going to be some anomaly that everyone needed to worry about. I thought that I was going to be a harbinger of things to come, and it turns out that was exactly right. Donald Trump has given the Republican Party a gift. And that gift is he has caused parts of the Democratic coalition that people thought would never, ever consider voting Republican to do exactly that. Donald Trump got more votes in the Hispanic community than any candidate, any Republican candidate for president in over 50 years. He got more black votes than any candidate from the Republican Party in over 48 years. So he has done something that people really didn't think could be done. And I think now is an opportunity for the Republican Party to double down on his message, which is primarily that our cities, which is where 80% of our American population resides and where a large percent of our ethnic minorities live, he cares about cities. He's a product of our cities. And I think we can make our cities great again by focusing on law and order and the things that made me switch parties.
Yeah. So when you look at some of the data, let's look at some of our Fox News voter analysis. You got Harris got 50% of Latino men. You got Donald Trump 47%. Back in 2020, Biden got 59%, and Trump got 38%. Then when you look at black men, this is astonishing. Harris got 74%, Trump got 24%. Biden got 87%, Trump got 12% back in 2020. So I guess the question is, Mr. Mayor, how does he build on this? How does the party, because Donald Trump is gone in 4 years, but how does the party keep building on that success?
The answer is very simple. An agenda for urban America. That is what these groups are hoping that's going to happen now. They believe that Donald Trump, our president-elect, can actually deliver on the promise of making our cities great again. And he can. And I think he will. But what we need is an agenda for urban America. And that agenda needs to center around making our cities safe again, supporting our police departments, funding them adequately. It needs to focus on creating more opportunity, economic opportunity, by creating more jobs, by lowering taxes, and making sure our cities are permitting and doing things that they need to be doing to encourage economic growth and for businesses to be able to succeed there. And all the things that people have been asking for generations from our cities that have been under Democratic leadership that have failed to deliver on those things. Donald Trump, in partnership with mayors like myself and Republican mayors around the country and frankly, Democrat mayors that want to actually change their tune, can bring about those changes. But we really, really are excited in our cities. And Donald Trump won more votes in our urban areas than any Republican has in God knows how long. And that is because they really believed in what he said on the campaign trail, that we can actually do this and that the Republican Party shouldn't give up on our cities. We need to actually invest in them and focus on them. And I think that's what he's going to do. And I want to help him do that. I think our Republican mayors around the country are committed to doing it. And so I'm very optimistic that we will deliver on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in Dallas that's wondering, and Texas, frankly, saying, what is EJ going to do next? Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for joining the program this morning.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.